Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining me. My name is Lauren, and I'm going to guide you through a gentle yoga practice. And I don't have like a quick, I guess this is shoulders. Okay, that's not true. I guess it's shoulders, but it's moving the shoulders just in a weird ways. And so it's not, um, it's kind of a different shoulder sequence. I don't know. Almost everything we've done before, almost all of this stuff is familiar to you, but I just put it all together. And so your shoulders are just going to feel like funky throughout it. I know I did as I was practicing all of this stuff. Your shoulders just feel like, ooh, they don't do that often. And that's the point, right? So I guess, yeah, long story short, we're working on shoulders today, but in my head, it's a very like different way to go about it. I don't know. It'll all feel good. Your shoulders will thank you. I guess, let me expand on it for just one second. I've been thinking a lot as, we're in winter. I was going to say winter's coming up. We're in winter and we're just doing so much of this and so much of this, but I didn't think of this as like a chest opening sequence or a neck sequence. I really thought of it as like the shoulders. Okay, whatever. All right, let's get into it. Let's move the shoulders then. All right, we're going to start on our back. And for this practice, all you need is 2 blocks and a blanket. And for most of the time, those things are optional. But we're going to start on our back. Make yourself comfy, cozy. All right. So make yourself comfortable on your back, whatever that means. And you can have your hands on your belly. Maybe your arms are alongside your body, maybe out in opposite directions with the palms facing up. And allow yourself to settle in. Allow yourself to arrive on your mat into your space that you've created. Knowing that anything that is on your mind, any thoughts that wander in, any to-do lists you find yourself making, know that they will be there after the practice. They will be there when you step off your mat. So just acknowledge those things, but know that you'll come back to them. There's no sense in focusing on them now. We'll get to them later. So now allow yourself to focus on your breath. Draw your attention to your breath. And just notice your breath. Notice how smooth and fluid your breath is. Noticing how it's long and seamless and uninterrupted. One breath flows right into the next. You're welcome to stay with this smooth, fluid breath or join me in Viloma 1. Viloma means against the grain. So instead of a smooth, fluid inhalation, we'll divide the in-breath into 3 parts, followed by a smooth breath out. So we're holding the breath for a moment, which is perfectly safe unless you are pregnant or trying to get pregnant. So if that's the case, skip this practice. Always keep your breath fluid and smooth. Never hold your breath if you're pregnant or trying to get pregnant. But otherwise, it's okay for a few moments. Okay. So you can stay with that smooth breath, or Exhale completely. Push all of the breath out to begin Viloma 1. Inhale 1/3 of the way. Pause. Hold your breath here for just a moment. Now inhale 2/3 of the way. Fill your lungs 2/3 of the way. Pause. Hold your breath here for a moment. And then inhale 3/3. Fill your lungs 3/3 of the way. Hold your breath at the top just a moment. And exhale, one smooth, long breath out. Inhale naturally. Exhale naturally. Back to Viloma 1. Inhale 1/3 of the way. Pause, hold your breath here. Just pause. Now inhale 2/3 of the way. Inhale 2/3, pause, pausing here. Inhale 3/3, fill your lungs 100% of the way. Hold the breath at the top of the inhalation and exhale a long, smooth breath out. Inhale naturally. Exhale naturally. Viloma 1. Inhale 1/3 of the way. Pause. Hold your breath. Relax the shoulders. Inhale 2/3 of the way. Pause. Hold your breath. Relax your throat. Inhale 3/3. Fill your lungs. Hold the breath. Pause. Relax your face. Exhale completely. Inhale naturally. Exhale naturally. 2 more rounds of Viloma. Inhale 1/3 of the way. Pause. Hold the breath. Relax the shoulders and arms. Inhale 2/3 of the way. Pause. Hold the breath. Relax the throat, neck, jaw. Inhale 3/3. Fill your lungs all the way up. Hold your breath. Relax each and every muscle of your face. Soften the forehead, the eyebrows. Exhale completely. Release all the breath. Inhale naturally. Exhale naturally. One final round. Inhale 1/3 of the way. Pause. Relax. Inhale 2/3 of the way. Pause. Relax. Inhale 3/3. Fill your lungs. Pause. Relax your muscles. And exhale. Completely return back to your natural breath. And without judgment, knowing there are no right or wrong answers, notice how you feel. All right. And if it feels right for you, maybe you set an intention. Take the next few moments to silently and slowly repeat your intention, a positive word or phrase, and allow it to settle into your heart. And then deepen your breath. Invite deeper breaths into your body, and then invite some movement. Maybe rock the head, wiggle fingers and toes, move arms and legs. We're going to stay on our back, but take some time to just move around however feels good. Maybe a full body stretch, maybe hug the knees in, maybe take happy baby, but give yourself about 3 to 5 more breaths. Taking inventory of how you feel in this moment. All right. And we're going to come back onto the back with the knees bent, feet flat, feet and knees hip distance. Arms can be wherever feels best. We're going to do some pelvic tilts. So for the sake of opening your chest and shoulders, I always encourage arms out in opposite directions, palms up. But sometimes in pelvic tilts, people like the arms alongside the body, palms down. So whatever works. But relax the feet, relax the legs. Think about the work in your core and in your pelvis as you inhale, arch the spine, lift the lower back, point your belly button at your thighs. Exhale, flatten your lower back into the mat, point your belly button at your face. Inhale, arch the spine, lifting your ribs, making your spine look like a rainbow from a side profile. And then exhale, flattening down into the mat. Couple more like this. Inhale as you slowly lift your lower back. Exhale as you flatten. Now again, relax through the feet, soften through the toes. Relax the calves and the knees. Relax the glutes. And it's okay if you're gently opening through the chest and broadening through the collarbone by drawing the backs of the shoulders down into the ground, but not too intensely. Again, the focus is in your pelvis. So let's do about 2 or 3 more here. Move with the breath. Inhale to arch. Exhale to flatten. Inhale, tip the pelvis forward into an anterior tilt. Exhale into the posterior tilt. Inhale like a cow pose. Exhale like you're trying to do cat, but the floor is in the way, and then slowly return back to neutral. So you're neither lifting nor lowering. All right, so that allowed us to tip forward and back. Now let's move side to side, but we're going to do this a little differently how we normally do this. So you're going to turn onto your left side into a tucked fetal position. And I would suggest something under your, what is now going to be your ear, on your left side. I like a blanket that's been folded over. I think the block is just a little too stiff and maybe a little too high, but you're going to use what you've got. So maybe that's just your arm, maybe that's just your hand, but I like to rest the left ear on something here. All right, so bend your knees. So your knees are at a right angle. Feet are together and knees are together. We're going to keep the lower half of the body as it is. Sometimes I like to cross the top ankle over the bottom ankle, but it's up to you. We're going to really focus on the upper body here. So legs are going to stay still. Right arm is going to be placed under the hand to the back of the head. We're going to move this right elbow, leading the movement. So inhale as you reach the right elbow up towards the ceiling like you're tracing the shape of a rainbow as the right elbow reaches to the right. And then exhale, close the arm, allowing the right elbow to come down, almost like it's reaching for the left elbow. Inhale as you sweep the arm up and over like it's tracing the shape of a rainbow. Exhale as you close it, bringing the elbows closer together. Okay, so the left arm is just going to rest, back of the arm, back of the hand, resting heavy on the ground, the left shoulder heavy on the ground. That right elbow is tracing, again, the shape of a rainbow up and over, and maybe you can make that rainbow a little bit bigger, a little bit longer with each movement, coming a little bit more over to the right. And even though we're leading with the elbow, try not to let the elbow go too far behind the shoulder. So imagine where your arm meets your torso at your shoulder. On the back side, try to get rid of some of those wrinkles. Instead of letting the elbow come first, the whole unit comes together, and then you'll feel it through the upper back, maybe through the shoulders. Let's do about 3 more like this. Just moving with the breath. We're taking a twist, but again, in a different way than we normally would. Okay, now this next one, we're going to hold it a little bit. So inhale, reach the right elbow, tracing that rainbow shape. Right elbow kind of reaches over to the right. Now, we're going to pause here. Your right shoulder is probably not going to come onto the ground. So that means your elbow should not come onto the ground. Draw the elbow away from the floor a little bit because most likely you've got a bunch of wrinkles in the back of your right shoulder. You're sort of drawing the elbow back. That really puts the shoulder at a vulnerable position. It might feel like a good stretch, but it's a compromising position. So it's not worth it. So draw the elbow a little bit farther away from the floor. Think about being a straight line from your left shoulder across the chest, across the right shoulder to the right elbow. So from the left shoulder to the right elbow, you're a straight line. And feel that opening through the upper back. Let's take 2 breaths here. All right, inhale. Exhale, close the twist, bringing that right arm back over to the left. And then you can lengthen that right arm. We're going to come onto our back. So come onto your back, knees bent, feet flat, maybe just the arms alongside the body. Notice how you feel. Take a few breaths here. Maybe one of your lungs feels like it can expand a little bit more. It feels like it can absorb a little bit more breath. All right. And then the same thing on the second side. So you're going to lay on your right side. Again, something under that right ear, ideally. Right arm is just going to reach over to the side, so your right fingertips are pointing in the same direction as your nose. Back of the arm, back of the hand just resting on the ground. Left fingertips towards the back of the left head, or towards your head. You don't have a left head, you have 2. Or you just have 1, you don't have 2. I'm all over the place today. It's because I noticed my legs. Make sure that your legs, your knees are bent at a right angle. Maybe you cross the top ankle over the bottom. Maybe you don't. Okay. But with the right arm feeling heavy, draw the left elbow down towards the right elbow just a little bit. And then inhale, open it up. Left elbow traces a shape on the ceiling, kind of tracing that rainbow. Arm comes to the left. We're going to move with the breath. So exhale as you close. Inhale as you reach up and over. Left arm sweeps up and over, making the shape of a rainbow. Exhale as you close. Inhale, reach up and over. Now again, it's like you're leading with the left elbow. However, it's not just about the elbow. It's not just about the arm. So it's not that you need to get rid of all the wrinkles in the back of your left shoulder. There might be some, but we don't want an excessive amount. We don't want the shoulder to be compromised. So another way to think of it is you should always be able to see your elbow in the corner of your left eye. A couple more like this. Let's do 2 more with the breath. Inhale as you open up. Exhale, draw the elbows closer together. Inhale as you open up. Exhale as you close. Now we're going to do 1 more. This one we're going to hold it though. So inhale as you reach the left arm up and over. Left elbows pointing over to the left side of the room. Now the back of your right hand, right shoulder is down on the ground. The legs are heavy. It's just this left shoulder and this left arm aren't going to make it down to the ground. And that's okay. Now, can you lengthen from the left elbow across the left bicep, left shoulder, across the collarbones to the right shoulder? So you're one long straight line instead of a lot of wrinkles, again, in the back of the left shoulder. Can you lengthen here and rotate? Let's take 2 more breaths here. All right, inhale, exhale, close the twist, bringing that left arm back over to the right. You can lengthen the left arm, bring the hand down and come onto your back. Again, come onto your back, knees bent, feet flat. Notice how you feel. right, take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself some time here. Maybe rock side to side. Again, maybe take happy baby. Do what feels good. 2 more breaths. All right, and then make your way up to a seat, whether that means rocking through to the center or rolling over to the side. Come up to a comfortable seat, sitting on something. Elevate the hips. Let the knees lower. So that was mostly for the upper back, but everything sort of in this space should feel open. And now we're really going to target shoulders more specifically. So really getting them to move in a lot of different ways. So comfortable seat, lengthen up through the crown of the head, soften the shoulders. Check in with your pelvis. So think about that pelvic tilt, maybe even do a few, and then find neutral. So start with maybe a large movement, and then can you make the movement smaller, smaller, smaller to where then you are in the center and you're in neutral. So create a strong base to allow length. All right. Relax the shoulders, place the hands maybe just on the lap, on the knees. Keeping the neck still and the spine lengthened. Inhale as you shrug the shoulders, shoulders up by the ears. Exhale as you push them down. Inhale as you shrug, shoulders up by the ears. Exhale, push them down. We're going to do a couple more like this. Now resist the temptation to do something with your neck, whether that means drawing the chin to the chest or moving the face forward, just moving at the shoulders. Now we're going to add the arms. So inhale as you reach the fingertips out and up, shrug the shoulders. Exhale, let the palms face out, bending at the wrists so that your palms, it's like you're reaching your palms down towards the ground. You're reaching palms to the floor, fingertips out. We're going to keep going like that. Inhale, palms reach up and in, shrug the shoulders. Make sure the ribs don't poke forward. Find the neutral pelvis. Exhale, palms sweep the sides of the room, palms face down, push the palms down, shrug. Do the opposite or shrug the shoulders. 2 more. Inhale as you sweep up and shrug. Exhale as you sweep down and push down. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. All right. Now release the shoulders. Let them move around a little bit. Maybe shrug them or roll them. Okay, now we're going to bring the arms in front of us in goalpost. Palms are facing each other. This isn't goalpost. With the elbows bent at right angle, we're coming to goalpost. So lengthen, find neutral, keep neutral through the spine. Inhale as you open the arms out to goalpost. Create wrinkles in between the shoulder blades. Push the heart forward. Exhale, think of kind of like a cat pose in your upper back. Draw the elbows and the forearms together and push the upper back towards the wall behind you. Inhale as you pull the heart forward, shoulders down and back. Exhale, draw the forearms and elbows together, squeezing forward, drawing the upper back backwards. Inhale as you open. Exhale as you come forward. We're going to do just 2 more of these. Inhale to expand. Exhale, bring it together. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. And then again, release the arms. We've got 1 more movement, but give your arms a break. Relax through the arms, the shoulders. Maybe your shoulders and arms aren't feeling quite as sore, but I was already doing some of this. And my shoulders are feeling sore already. Okay. Like they are not used to the movements I'm doing, which shows that I need to do them more. All right, last one. We're coming to goalpost. We're starting in goalpost. Your elbow is going to stay as it is. Your elbow is going to be tempted to drop, to come forward, to come back, to do all sorts of stuff. But from elbow to elbow, you're a straight line. Okay. Find neutral in the pelvis, lengthen the spine, soften the shoulders. Keeping the elbows exactly as they are, rotate at the head of the shoulders so fingertips point forward. fingertips point down. And then it's like you're trying to reach your fingertips towards the wall behind you. Now, the elbows are going to want to shrug. Don't let them. And then reverse, fingertips forward, fingertips up. And now it's like you're trying to reach fingertips back towards the wall behind you. Elbows are going to want to come forward and up. Try not to let them. And now keep moving like that. So again, from elbow to elbow, across the chest, across the shoulders, you stay a straight line. Hopefully I'm doing it because you can tell. And notice this feeling through the shoulders, through the upper back, through the chest. Again, rotating and moving in ways we don't normally move. Let's do 2 more. One more like this. Lengthen the spine. Soften the muscles of the face. Take a deep breath. And then you can relax the arms and again, move the shoulders however feels good. All right, we are going to come onto our stomach. So coming down into your stomach, and I like, for this, I like to rest my forehead on my blanket, but you don't have to do that. All right, so we're going to do the same movement we just did, but we're going to change, we have changed our relation to gravity. It's going to feel different. You got to work in a different way. And the floor is in the way for half of the movement. So isolating the movement. All right, we're going to come to goalpost, palms down, elbows bent at right angles. Let your forehead rest on either the mat or some sort of support. We're going to keep the elbows right where they're at, from elbow to elbow, across the shoulders and across the collarbones. You're a straight line. Elbows are going to stay on the ground. We're going to alternate. Right hand, right wrist, right forearm is lifting up off the ground, but the elbow stays down. And then slowly return that right arm and do the same with the left. Elbow stays down, but the hand, the wrist, the forearm all lift up off the mat and slowly lower. Right hand, inhale as you lift. Exhale, lower. Left arm, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now keep moving with your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Do 2 more on each side. Now notice again, you're feeling stuff through the shoulders, the upper back, the chest, the arms. But relax the muscles of your face. Relax your throat, neck, and jaw. Take deep breaths. Make sure you come out even. Your last side should be your left side. And then just allow your shoulders to relax. Allow your arms to relax. Take 2 deep breaths here. All right, now we're going to continue to lengthen. Now bring the hands under the shoulders. Spread the fingers as wide as they'll go. Push the base of the pointer finger down into the ground and draw the elbows in tight alongside your body. The pointy part of your elbow points back towards the wall behind you. Push down into the hands and inhale, rise up just a little bit. Take a low cobra. We're going to move with our breath. Make each one a little bit larger than the last. So exhale as you lower the chest and the forehead. Inhale as you rise up just a little bit higher than you did before. Exhale, lower. Now we're going to do this a handful of times. There's no rush to make these deep. So take your time. And what I really want you to focus on is shoulders down and away from the ears and then pushing the hands down. Oftentimes I see people really concerned with straightening the arms, but the shoulders are shrugged, the collarbones are collapsed. So forget about how high you lift away from the ground. Think about pushing your heart forward like you're wearing a necklace you're really proud of. And for a little bit deeper of a stretch, certainly you can lift up higher, but you can slide your hands a little bit closer to your hips. Okay, let's do 2 more like this. Keep drawing the elbows into the body. That's for the shoulders. Pointy parts of the elbows point back. Finish this last cobra. And then slowly lower down. You can stack your hands, rest your forehead on something, and just take a few deep breaths. Maybe rest your cheek, but give yourself some time. Take one more breath here. Okay, we're going to do each of those things one more time. So we're going to start in goal post. Elbows bent at right angles, palms down. Forehead is resting, maybe on the mat, maybe on a prop. All right. But from elbow to elbow, you're a straight line. Keep the right elbow on the ground, but lift up the right hand, wrist, and forearm. And thinking of straight lines, from the fingertips to the elbows, try to stay a straight line. And then slowly lower the right arm. Left arm, the hand, wrist, and forearm lift, but the elbow stays down. And then slowly lower. Move with your breath. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Now notice what you're feeling. Notice how this is potentially a new movement, a strange movement, something that kind of makes you go, oh, this is weird. That's okay. But it shouldn't create pain, nothing sharp or shooting. Okay, 2 more on each side, just like this. You've got it. Lifting up as high as you can, and it might not be very high. That's okay. Your shoulders are a very vulnerable joint, so be compassionate. Give yourself some grace, and then allow the arms to just relax. Take 2 deep breaths here. All right, we're going to take a few more cobras. So hands start under the shoulders, right under the shoulders, spread the fingers, push the base of the pointer finger down. Keep the elbows in tight. The more they splay out, I promise, the more uncomfortable it will be in your shoulders. So keep them in. Push down, inhale, rise up. Maybe you just lift a little. Again, the focus, the priority here is heart forward, shoulders down and back, and lengthen the back of the neck. A lot of times in Cobra, people sort of are hung up on looking up at the ceiling. Maybe look at where the wall meets the ceiling, or maybe just look at the wall in front of you. And then maybe for a little bit more intensity, you slide the hands back a little bit closer to your waist, sort of next to the waist, I should say. Like for me, I would say it's almost like the heel of my hand is in line with my belly button. My hands are pretty far back, but then when I lift up, my arms are now a straight vertical line, and I can really pull the heart forward, shoulders down and back. So take a few more cobras, any version, any intensity that you prefer, but really pull the heart forward. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Allow your forehead to come down onto something. Stack your hands, rest your cheek, whatever works. Take 3 breaths here. All right. Now let's take child's pose. So bring the hands under the shoulders. Push the hands and the knees down into the ground. Slide back. Take child's pose, any version you like. Again, you can stack your hands, stack fists, rest the forehead right on the mat. But let the forehead rest on something. And breathe into your lower back. It's the space that's probably feeling something after those back bends and then this forward bend. So imagine that every breath, of course it goes to your lungs, but imagine after the lungs, it travels right into the space where you're feeling sensation, whether it's your lower back or not. And all the nourishment, the nutrients that comes with the breath goes to where your body needs it. One more breath here. All right. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Push your hands into the ground. Lift yourself up. Let's come to tabletop. All right. And from tabletop, we're not going to be here long, so I don't think you need any support under your knees, but I would grab your blocks. Come to tabletop, and we're going to come to down dog. So from tabletop, walk the hands one whole handprint closer to the top of your mat. Hook the toes under. Inhale as you push the hands down. Exhale, reach the hips up and back, and take some time here exploring what it feels like to be in this pose, in this moment, on this day. Maybe that means stillness. Maybe that means movement. Maybe your body is saying, I don't like this pose today, and you go into something else. That's fine too. Listening to your body, it is then implied that you are then doing the thing, right? The difference between listening and hearing, right? You're not just hearing and ignoring, you're listening and obeying. Listening and honoring, really honoring your body. One more breath, being where you need to be, honoring your body. Now deeply bend the knees. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel forward. Come forward into forward fold, Uttanasana. Let's hang out here for a few breaths. So same thing, maybe you choose stillness, maybe you choose movement. But do something that feels right for you. You are the only one who knows what it's like to be in your body. You're the only one who knows what your body needs. And so listen, honor. It really is a version of self-care. Three more breaths here. Forward fold, Uttanasana. All right, return back to a forward fold with the weight in the heels, soft bend in the knees. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen the spine, crown of the head forward. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Push through the heels. Inhale, rise all the way up. Circle your arms. We're going to come right into a couple more half sun salutations. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Push through the heels. Inhale, rise all the way up. Circle the arms. Two more like that. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way. Circle the arms. One more. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise to Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Take a deep breath. Okay. All right, let's take a balance pose, and let's take a symmetrical one. So you can probably stay right where you're at. Let's take these palm trees. So feet are hip distance apart, toes forward, feet look like the number 11. Start by lifting your toes, spreading your toes, and then placing them back down. And hopefully you can see the mat between your toes. If not, you just got to work on your feet. And most of us do, especially this time of year. I can really feel it when I wear my boots. I'm sure you can too. Okay, so relax through the shoulders. Find something to look at again, maybe where the wall meets the ceiling. And we're going to start with just the legs to begin. So inhale as you lift the heels very slowly away from the floor, lifting up as high as you can. And then exhale very slowly, lower the heels back down. Just tap the ground. Keep the weight in the toes. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, slowly lower. Tap the ground. Inhale, lift up. Now even out the weight across the ball mount of your foot. Base of the big toe, base of the little toe, take the same amount of weight. If you feel good there, maybe you add the arms. Inhale, lift the heels, lift the arms. Exhale, lower the heels, lower the arms. Heels tap the ground, and inhale, you start again. We're going to do a handful more. Now relax the shoulders, no matter what you're doing with your arms. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Relax the muscles of the face. Soften the throat, neck, and jaw. Let's do 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Final one. Really slow and controlled. Inhale. Exhale. As slow as you can, lowering down to that last second. Okay? All right, come on back to the top of your mat if you are not already there. Weight in the heels, really stand up tall. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, bring the hands down. Step the right foot back, and we're going to come to a low lunge. So I would support the knees with a prop, with a blanket, but again, your call. But drop the right knee down onto the ground. We're going to come to a low lunge. So you can bring the hands to the top of the left thigh, and if when you lift up you feel wobbly, just walk the left foot one little heel toe over to the left. But toes are still forward, left toes at least. Right toes are back. They're going to feel tempted to sickle in and sort of hook over to the left. So point those right toes straight back. Push the toenails, top of the foot, the shin down into the ground. Tuck the tailbone. Feel length through the front of the right hip. Okay. That's all going to stay as it is. We're coming back to shoulders. Now, instead of goalpost and moving up and down, now we're coming to server arms. So reaching the arms out, almost again, think about from goalpost, just drawing the elbows in towards the waist, like you've got 2 sort of platters on either side. And you're going to inhale, reach the thumbs back. Exhale, let the pinky fingers come by your belly. You're going to cross one arm over the other, and we're going to switch. Inhale, let the arms come out wide, thumbs reaching back. Exhale, let the pinky fingers come by your belly and change whatever arm is on top, right? And we're going to do this a couple more times. Now, keep a strong lunge. Push through the left heel. You can wiggle your left toes. Push down through the right toenails, top of the foot, the right shin, the right knee. Tuck the tailbone. Create a wrinkle on the front of your shirt by your belly button. And do this with your arms, 1 more each side, kind of each cross, lifting the chest, shoulders down and back. And then after this one, we're going to meet with the arms out in this extended position, in this server arms. Take a breath. All right, inhale, let the arms come all the way up. Exhale, bring the hands down. Now it's up to you if you want to come back to tabletop, or maybe you want to take a child's pose. Maybe you want to take a down dog, but give yourself about 5 breaths before we do that on the second side. And then set yourself up on the second side. So from tabletop, you're going to step the right foot forward in between the hands. Bring the hands to the top of the right thigh, lift the torso, and maybe walk the right foot one heel toe over to the right. Okay, so set yourself up. You know what we are looking for in a low lunge. Push the right heel down, freedom to wiggle the toes, deep bend in the knee. Well, maybe not a deep bend, but we want the knee and ankle stacked. Left toenails down, left toes pointing straight back. You're going to want to kind of hook in. Toes back, toenails down, top of the foot, shin down, knee down. Tuck the tailbone, feel it through the left hip flexor. Lengthen the spine, soften shoulders. Server arms, elbows bent at right angles, just instead of up, shoulders are down, palms are up towards the sky, thumbs towards the wall behind you. And same thing here, keeping everything through the spine and the legs as they are. Inhale, let the thumbs come back towards the wall behind you. Exhale, just moving at the head of the shoulder. Elbows stay by the waist, just sort of the pinky side edge of the hand comes by the belly. And then inhale, arms out. Exhale, do the same thing. Just change what arm's on top. And we're going to stay like this with our breath. Inhale and exhale. Now, though the arms are the focal point, don't lose what's going on elsewhere. Right heel pushes down, ability to wiggle right toes. Tuck the tailbone, create a wrinkle by your belly button. Push the left knee, left shin, left toenails down into the ground, and do two more just like this, staying long through the spine. Shoulders down and back. Shoulders might be feeling tired. That's okay. Again, we are moving them in ways we don't normally move them. Some of this is strengthening, some of it's stretching, but all of it is probably kind of strange. And then we'll hold it here in the server platter arms. Take a breath. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, plant the hands down. Take what feels good. Maybe that's down dog. Maybe that's tabletop child's pose. Whatever works. Take about 5 breaths. Take one more breath where you're at. All right, and let's meet in child's pose. If you're not already there, come into child's pose. Let's stay in child's pose for several breaths. So get yourself comfortable. Maybe your forehead's right on the ground. Maybe you stack your hands, stack your fists. Maybe arms are forward. Maybe arms are alongside the body. Again, we're going to be here for several breaths. Maybe you crawl your fingertips over to the right for 2 or 3 breaths, over to the left for 2 or 3 breaths. Tap into your breath. Not changing, not manipulating, just noticing, connecting, centering. Take 3 more breaths, just as you are. All right. And then bring the hands under the shoulders. Push the hands into the ground as you inhale, lift the chest. Okay. All right. We're going to come onto our backs. And you might support under your head. You're welcome to do that. You don't have to. But come on down onto your back. All right. So we're going to come into a twist, which is one of the things we started with, but we did the twist where the legs were off to the side and we moved through the upper body. Now we're going to do the opposite. So arms out in opposite directions, palms face up, knees bent, feet flat. They can be together or hip distance, but now the upper body is going to stay still and the legs just sway. So these two movements, they are both spinal twists, but they don't really feel the same. We don't get into them the same way. The end result in terms of uh, the alignment of the pose is not the same. And this is a little bit more for the lower back. So we're giving the shoulders kind of a break now. They just get to rest. So just let them sort of relax. And let the legs just really comfortably move side to side. Whatever speed you're moving at, slow it down even just a little bit. Whenever you're ready, let your legs fall over to the left and let them stay there. And you might scoot your hips over to the right. You might take a variety of leg variations. You're welcome to do whatever feels good. But in this version, we need the right shoulder to stay on the ground. It's the legs that might not make it. So again, the opposite of the other one, legs were down and I said, your shoulder's not going to touch the ground. That's okay. Now it's the opposite. Shoulder is down. It's the legs that probably aren't. And as long as the shoulder is down, maybe you turn at your neck and look over your right shoulder. And then again, tap into your breath. You don't have to change it. You don't have to manipulate it. Just notice what it feels like to breathe in this position. Take 3 more breaths here. If your head is turned, slowly return your head to the center. Slowly return your legs to the center. Come back to neutral. Notice how you feel. And then same thing, feet can be together, hip distance. Just let the knees sway a couple times. Really slow. And when you're ready, legs will fall over to the right and stay, but maybe the hips scooch over to the left. And we're going to keep the left shoulder down. You're going to take any leg variation that feels good. Your legs might not come down onto the mat. That's all right. If the left shoulder is firmly on the ground, maybe you turn to look over your left shoulder. Then settle into a pose that feels good. Settle into a position where you can observe your breath and relax your body. Three more breaths. And if your head is turned, slowly return your head to the center. Do the same with your legs. Return your legs to the center, spine to neutral. Notice how you feel. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, hug your knees into your chest. One last time, do what feels good. Maybe rock side to side. Maybe point and flex your feet. Do ankle circles, happy baby, reclined butterfly. But a few breaths. And then settle into Shavasana. So set yourself up in the most comfortable position you can set yourself up in with what you've got in front of you. And then again, reminding yourself that if any thoughts or to-do lists or anything that you're trying to problem solve or work on right now, if it comes up, say thank you, I see you, I'll come back to you after my practice, I'll come back to you later. Pushing away the external and turning inward. And one way to do that is just watch the sensations of your breath. Watch the sensations of your breath. Slowly deepen your breath. And as you take these deeper breaths, allow soft, subtle movements to occur throughout your body. Rock your head side to side. Run your thumbs over the rest of your fingers as you wiggle your toes. Roll wrists and ankles. Move arms and legs. You can reach your arms overhead, stretching as if you just woke up from a long nap. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, hug your knees into your chest. And slowly roll over onto either side in a tucked fetal position. Using the strength of both arms, push down into the ground. Come up to a comfortable seat. Take a moment here to thank yourself for making it to your mat today. Maybe reflect on your intention. Let's join the hands together in front of the heart in Anjali Mudra. To seal our practice, we'll chant the sound of Om one time. Let's start with a deep and clearing breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale for Om. Ah. Bow the head to the heart. May the wisdom of the body and the wisdom of the mind unite together to support our collective healing. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for practicing with me today and every day. Anytime that you are practicing yoga, thank you for that, for doing yourself. Again, that self-care, that you spend that time for yourself. But also, of course, thank you for practicing with me. And yeah, we made it through the year. We technically didn't, because I am recording this as of right now. It is still December. Christmas tree is still up. It got a little bit more, but I am wishing you and all of your loved ones a happy 2022, happy New Year, happy holidays. Thank you so much for everything. Continue to be healthy and safe and happy and joyous and yes, all of those good things for 2022. So thank you so much. Happy New Year and all of those good wishes. Bye. Thank you.